Hello everyone. I'm going to be doing a overview over the admin systems on LGA One Works software, which is now a legal copyright of Leamons Group LLC. And we're going to begin now. Okay, first you have the dashboard with the shop floor status of each individual worker with the active jobs here. Before I start, let me go in and do a load demo shop. Okay. Now we have in the dashboard all of our active jobs, QC pieces, which you could review each piece in the piece checks. So this is what the QC would be seeing in quality control. They have the piece checks for all fitters, welders, rods, and walls, or just all stations as a whole, but this is the main 4 ones that you're going to be using. And whenever you're here, you can see you can do the blueprints, and then you can do the parts and the blueprints of each part, where you could also tag red or yellow, where you get brought to this screen where you could do messed up or missing info, and then you type what you have messed up. Or actually, I'm gonna do a yellow tag. Missing info. You open the tag, and now it is opened inside of the blueprints tag area where everyone can see. However, not everyone can mess with or close it. QC and admin, however, can release this tag. And we're going to begin looking at the live floor now, which looks like this. The yellow is a sign that it's beginning to get jobs and they're in the queue. They haven't been accepted. And if there's too many, it means it's being overwhelmed and people need to start accepting jobs, which is the red and like flange line right here. That means this needs to start. People need to start working on these areas because it's being overwhelmed. 12 jobs in motion, 9 stations active. Then you have your all jobs here for every person split up with, let's say, job 101. You could open his blueprint book and you could sign off on it whenever you're completed with all these jobs, with each piece having a blueprint. Its priority, quantity, material, stage, pieces welded, and its potential material shortfall here. And then you go to my work where you can see your jobs. It just brings you back to this tab. However, different people see different things with assigned jobs and jobs that they can accept. But since this is administration, they don't really accept jobs. They are just free roaming. Here's the blueprint tags that you can see. You can open a tag from here and pick your job. Or you can go onto the blueprint or whatever on the thing I showed before. And then you can open the tag right here with this button. And then you put your information and then you're in. And then also, whenever you release the tag, it's saved automatically in the released part of the tab. Completed jobs. When you complete a job, it's automatically thrown into this tab where you can see the details of it and see who signed off on it. You can still see its 3D model. And then you have all the information here. Now we go to receiving with a manual log and barcode scan. And it looks like this for me because I don't have a webcam or any camera since I'm on computer. But on a mobile device, it will share your screen. It'll ask for access, and then you allow access, and then your screen is now shared. You put it up against the barcode. It's scanned, and then it is put right into the inventory here with the material, the supplier, all that information. And you have purchasing, shipping. So for the shipping rule, the job goes here, ready to ship. They can see who's approaching the dock, the trucks needed, which jobs are approaching its station. Like painter here is at 89%, getting close to shipping. And when the painter's done, it's almost here for the shipping part. And here's the delivery schedule. And then you press release and ship. Yes, ship. And it is completed. And that will go to the completed job section. Now we have the inspections, which I shown at the beginning a little brief overview, but here's what it really looks like. You could expect from each job, like 101, 102, you can go department to inspect fitters, welders, rods, bar line, end wall. Let's see here. You can see the pieces and parts by blueprint and position. Fitters, no pieces and fitters, but if there were pieces, you can click it and then inspect it like here. You would have main beam A1, you can do not ready, in progress, or ready. And then you have its position blueprint. This is a little bit more advanced. You don't necessarily need this. It just shows what part of the blueprint this part is from, which will be needed but not needed at the same time. And then you can view that part, which it's currently looking at. And you can do that for every department, all these stages. You have end walls and rods here and bar line because these are the extra jobs which aren't necessarily used every single time in the main workflow, but they're still needed and important, as I've been told. Where you can mark started, mark a tag piece, whatever you want to do, print. It's just these are their jobs: 111, 112, 113, 113. Then you have the floor, which is QP pass pieces. I haven't passed necessarily any pieces, but they would go here. Then you have loader and loaded. But if there's something to load, you press it. It's the same as shipping, but it's to get it to the part where the shipping can see its stuff when it's ready to be shipped. Whenever you are in the loader tab and then you press complete or send, it goes to the shipping and the shipping will send it off. And then you have the screen monitor where you could view each screen, material and pieces. I created this as a little extra feature so you could see what people are working on. Like this guy's on job 103 residential cable, and then he's currently loading material sheets, review cut file, DXF, run plasma program E. He's the plasma cutter. And these jobs aren't necessarily specific. Your jobs aren't going to look like receive material / pieces. This is just a practice run for me. Reports. As everything is completed, you get delivered, value trend, work in progress by station, priority mix active. All this goes together and creates average cycles and QC pass rates and values, revenue, leaderboard of everyone, how many jobs has each person completed. It all goes there. Reduced by station. Job completed this month, which would be 3 in this case. And you have post jobs. Here's where you create jobs. You can come here. You've got your job name, customer, material, priority, quantity, due date, job description, fabrication details here. Roof color, primary color, wall color, secondary color, primary weight. We need to do that. And then your non-primary weight, your ship weight, your location, city, miles, pounds, trucks, load date, delivery date, load day, and then your blueprint book / drawings, where you click here and you could add it. And then you have your pieces and beams that you could add when you put stuff there. And then you could assign it to a specific role, which you won't use this one. Usually you'll just start with receiving, but this is usually what you do. And you could assign it to specific workers if it's just a job you need done. And now you have engineering, where whenever a blueprint is posted, it goes here. So whenever there is a tag, like a yellow or red tag, a blueprint is here, and you could see the blueprint and see what's missing on the blueprint, so you can figure out what to fix. Then you have your scheduling here. Let's do card view first. This is the same card that you have at your work. It just looks slightly different. You have your job number, customer, roof, wall, primary color, secondary color, primary weight, non-primary weight, UT requirement, location, miles, PSI/ship weight, delivery date, load day, and trucks. All set here. That could be viewed by Blueprint. You can print it. You can show it in the workflow where it's currently at. Let's see. This one's an urgent. Current status in QC and UT. Pieces done 2 out of 6. This is the due date. Workflow status. Pieces welded. These are not started. And you can see where each person is, where you can just automatically mark cut, flange line, jig line. It's just, this one's waiting on materials. You're out of materials, where you could see in the back up here in the inventory, where you could check your materials to see what you're missing. Right here, we're missing a bit of steel tubes. We don't have enough lengths worth. And then you can click here as you load the materials up, where the receiver will manage this as well as they get more stuff added to the program. Then you have your job manager. Again, we're going back here because there's still more to show, where you have your create job, and then not create job, import job, where you can just automatically import a job if it's already downloaded on the computer. So it saves you time instead of creating the job like this. You just automatically import it here. And reoccurring, in some circumstances, you will have a duplicate, like a person rebuys the same product. You can go to your reoccurring, and let's say 101, and it's the exact same information. You press the reoccurring, and you press accept, and then it will automatically apply all this information again to a new job number, and it's resent out to the same employee starter. So it's already ready for anyone to manage. And we have employees with each ID code, and you can deactivate their account in the case that they are fired. Account requests will go here. You could add a worker directly, or there's going to be pending sign up requests in the login menu. When they create an account, it will automatically be sent here for accepting. And then here is stations. We're backtracking a bit to get back to where we were. You have your job stations again. This time you can click and then pass each material: heat recorded, transit damage, receiving done. Gotta complete the piece checklist, but there. Check off, sign off. Oh, it's a bit confusing for me, but you begin your work, and then as the work, it's a bit difficult when you're going from up to down, but usually it works down to up whenever the workers are actually doing that work for you. It's a bit more difficult to manage when you're just going up as the admin, so we don't worry about that as much. That'll be in the next video when I overview each person working. And then we have the system admin. You have administration password, where you can do you put in the current password, new password, confirm new password. It changes the admin's login. Then you do your company settings here with the app name, company name, email domain, shift hours. You got your database here, backup and restore. You download a backup whenever you are changing the file so you could save it. You have your danger zone, where you could reset all data to get rid of all the fake jobs and stuff. Your audit trail, your app source code, your ID codes, and then you have a bit of settings. And that pretty much wraps up the experience of the short overview, which is copyrighted by Leamons Group LLC. So I hope everyone has a great day, and this video is going to be ending now.